Can Mumbai rewrite its own story? In the heart of its chaos lies Dharavi, one of the world's largest informal settlements. With one of the most ambitious redevelopment plans ever attempted, Mumbai isn't dreaming anymore, it's building. And the world is watching.
In Dharavi, a special dispensation of good news. The main norm there is housing for all. It's the first project in India to say its motto is housing for all. Let's understand what we are dealing with, right? It is Asia's largest slum. It has the world's highest density of population, right? Total area of Dharavi is more than 600 acres. Out of the developable area for residents or others, it will be only about 240 to 250 acres. Like we have textile, garment industries, leather cannabis, other industries there. There is a food industry, there's a retail, huge retail you have. And there's also India is Dharavi is India's largest recycling machine. All types of goods. So they have to be rehabilitated. All together is one component. But I said there are three components. This is one. Second component of it can take is the physical infrastructure. By physical infrastructure, I mean by roads, the missing links. Yeah, Dharavi roads are very, very narrow side. Second is they don't exist. In fact, many of them they are on paper. And second is there is a need for sewage system. Dharavi doesn't have a sewage system, internal sewage. Third is drinking water. Fourth is electricity for every house. So this is a physical stormwater, very important. That otherwise gets flooded. So all this physical infrastructure has to be put in place. This is second part of the scope of that. Third dimension is the social infrastructure, because we are building a community. They're not distinct building when taken up in practice. So he requires schools for education purposes. For health, he requires hospitals. For further education, we require colleges, training centers. We also require community centers for recreation. Right? We should also need open spaces. Dharavi requires open space also, as per the norms. So there is a construction of dynamics, physical infrastructure, and social infrastructure. Together actually is what makes a city. So what we are building is not just a slum, but actually a city within a city. And I'm aware of the complexity. 10% of each building is kept for commercial, even in a residential town. Because these buildings, there are two angles to this. And give me three examples where these decisions are being made. This is the third example. In each building, is 10% commercial space is given for two purposes. One is, see, the buildings are to be maintained. For 10 years, S2 will maintain. After 10 years, the residents are to maintain. For them, actually, we give always the corpus is always given. So there is a mobility clause also is going to be in place. It's already have been discussed because we have given them some suggestions. One of the ideas is to make Dharavi the transportation hub. Right. So that is one idea that is. Secondly, to ensure that the roads that won't exist at all, even on paper, that okay, they have to be built. Right. Internal infrastructure has to be built. Road infrastructure, so that the Dharavi gets very well connected, because it is very centrally located. See, on one side you have a central line, on the other side you have the local line, two lines. In center there is Dharavi. And also it is, but once the redevelopment takes place, it is necessary that internal dispersal also takes place. Because right now, if you go to Dharavi, you can see internal lanes are as small as 3 feet. So which is necessary you have wider roads, road access is given, so that there is sufficient parking space also. Because all these things are very important for Dharavi also, because it's going to be a regular township, regular city within a city. So mobility will be one of the very critical components of our master. And we are dealing with it. So whatever there is the major roads, there will be minor roads, there is hierarchy of road network. And there will also be a bus components. There will also be a metro components, local train components. So different multimodal integration is expected within Dharavi. That's why there is a plan to this visualize to have a transportation hub in Dharavi. Current status of Dharavi is there are 2-3 components. Especially 2 components I want to highlight. One is the survey, which is the fundamental foundation of any socio-economic survey, has to be done for the slum before we develop it. So one that is going on. And that is mostly completed, getting completed. And about 60,000 surveys, units have been documented. Secondly, and more than 90,000 units have been numbered, right? And their lane recce has been done. It's a digital survey that we are doing. So that's the first part. Second part of the status, the current status, physical construction has already started in the railway. I was there just a couple of days ago. So railway and railway facilities construction is already started. It has come up to the ground level. Local piling work has started. Physical construction has started, which is a really dream come true because it has been waiting for so long. See, so from conception to construction, that is opposite. The overall master plan is also under preparation. It is expected to come to us in a couple of weeks from the SPV. So we have taken dozens of meetings with the SPV to ensure that master plan keeps with the planning standards. It gives the planning standards to the extent possible. And secondly, to ensure that the rehabilitation purpose for which the project is started is also achieved. Say it can be perfect, but at least it should be as good as possible. Of this scale and complexity, it has to take into effort and prepare all the eligible people and their family units, in addition to their commercial units, will be rehabilitated in situ free of cost inside Dharavi. Those not eligible, I tell you what is eligible and not eligible. Those not eligible will also get a accommodation, residence outside Dharavi but inside Mumbai as a rental accommodation to start with a higher purchase right. There are two caveats I'm telling you. One is rental accommodation with a higher purchase right. Secondly, the rent as well as the purchase price there. They want to purchase, they can purchase also over a period of time. It will be put to the government. Is being put to the government. And the third, very important in this point, is that money will be paid to government, not to this. And what we are doing is those who are eligible meaning those who have come up to the year 2000 and up to 2011, right? This payment, what will be the norm that SRI is following, they will all be getting PF fast measures, right? Right? Within the hub. Earlier, it was all developer-driven project. Previous work. So, for them to give a push, and government has taken this decision. And this, by the way, for the first time in a slum project, such a decision has ever been, as far as I. It helps the SPD, but more than important is it is mainly meant for the local residents also. So the state GST required for 5 years is one such cushion that has been that policy decision has been made to ensure that the goes on the landing is as smooth as possible. There are bound to be a lot of doubts because generations have seen nothing happening. Lots of promises. Nothing happening. Bound to be a lot of skepticism. But once they see, the seeing is believing. Once you see the construction happening, which now it has started, finally. I'm sure things are in much better shape than ever before. Challenges are very large, very diverse, very deep. But we are here to face the challenges and ensure the project. In fact, I call it a movement, not even a project. So it sees the light of the day.